Hi guys. Over this past week, we've all discussed and read Ben Jonson's poem, On My First Son. This poem was very short and easy to read and understand. So, for the discussion board, we all had to talk about the dramatic situation, the problem, resolution, theme, and paradox that are present in the story. Well, our group came up with a bunch of different opinions on all this, and it was very interesting to discuss and talk about with all the other group members all of our different views and ideas on these 5 things. So for our first one, on the dramatic situation, our group decided that it had to do with the death of his son. It's very obvious that this is the theme and this is what he's talking about in his poem, and we felt like since he's trying to draw empathy and he wanted the audience to really get involved in his son's death and how he died and how this sad and depressing feeling that's now inside him, he wanted us to feel that and to get involved and be like, oh my gosh, I feel so sorry for this man. I understand what he's going through. And that's really what a dramatic situation is. It's when the author can draw empathy from the audience and make them get involved in his kind of conflict or problem. Then we talked about the problem and the solution to that problem. Well, the problem in this poem was the death of his son. That's basically what the short poem was all about. And one of our group members had a very interesting take on it, and I just wanted to share that with you. Dakota said, I think he feels like he is to blame for his son's passing. When I read it, I didn't think of this, but when I went back after reading Dakota's, I realized that it's there. I don't understand why he had to blame himself for his son's death or what he did to his son end up dying, but it is present in the story. And that might be a secondary problem, but the main problem for this story and for Ben Jonson is the death of his son. That's a very bad, emotional, hard time. That's a problem for anybody. And that's what we thought as a group what the problem was. The solution to that problem came later on in the story when he talks about how he's never going to love anything again. He's not going to love the trees or anything else the same way he loved his son. He feels like he's closing himself off now so that he won't ever get a chance to get hurt like this ever again. Which, everyone handles grief in a different way, so this is okay for him to do this. Next, we talked about the theme and the paradox that are present in the story. Well, the theme, as I stated before, is the death of his son and the sadness and the emotion that are involved in that. That's also a really big thing in this theme. You have to remember that he's going through this hard time. His son just died. Someone he loved so dearly, and with everything in his body, he just died. And none of us know why or how, but this is really the theme. And it's his emotional struggle and timeline through this death that's really what he's trying to tell the audience about. The paradox is present in the resolution at the end of this story. He makes this decision to stop loving. He says, I'll never love anything the way I loved my son, and if I don't love anything else again, then I can't ever get hurt. Which is true, but then he takes away everything. You can't love anything anymore because you think you might get hurt. And that's the paradox. It's like something that we don't really think of as logical, but since it's involved in grief and his grieving of his son's death, it is okay and it makes sense. Thank you guys for watching my video, and have a great day.